What's up, guys? In this video, I want to talk to you about catnip. So, what people don't know about catnip is that if you look up catnip, first things first, let's stop spending so much money on catnip. It's ridiculous. And half the stuff that you're spending money on isn't even top quality catnip. If you look up bulk catnip or even bulk organic catnip on Amazon, you can get a pound of catnip, this size bag. This is almost empty. I've had this for a while, for about 20 bucks. And some of those little containers cost you $15.99 at PetSmart, Petco, whatever kind of pet, whatever. Stop doing it. Invest in your cat's food, invest in your cat's health. Don't overspend on fun stuff. You can make toys, you can buy cheaper catnip that's actually, like I said, better quality. This stuff is organic, and this is all top-notch stuff. So if you get this, you have enough catnip for a year. Your average cat owner, if you have one or two cats, you buy one of these things, you have catnip for a year, and everybody you're like, hey, do you need you're the new catnip hookup. In the shelter, I used to buy my own catnip and supply every area in the shelter. Over 100 cats were supplied for months on end before I needed to go get more. So it's gonna bring you a long way. Catnip is very easy to grow. Some people grow it. I found that dried out is really the best way for cats. They prefer it that way. The freshly grown stuff, it doesn't hold the same potency as far as I'm concerned. Something about drying it brings out its strength a bit. And plus, when it's harvested, with lots, it allows the best product. So that's what I would recommend as far as getting catnip. Catnip, the other thing that some people don't know is it is an appetite stimulant. So when you're adjusting a new cat, it's a very good thing to have. It's a very good thing to have on your side to help to adjust cats. It allows them to let their guard down a little bit too, because they're so into the catnip. It's funny because Herbie's just out of camera shot staring at me because he sees what I have. So after I get finished talking to you, you'll see some of them having fun with catnip. But yeah, it's an appetite stimulant. So it's a good thing to add when you're adjusting a new cat in, or any situation like that. It's very, very valuable in a shelter too, because as you try to work with these scared cats, these cats that don't know human contact, they still don't trust you. They just don't. There's nothing about you that they feel is safe. Well, when you put them in that carrier, however you get them into there, sometimes you need to do cage to carrier, sometimes you need to wrap them in a towel, sometimes you need to scruff them this way or that way, and there's various different ways that you're going to use to move these cats that are so not accustomed to human contact. Sometimes when they get to that carrier and I go to clean their cage, put a little pinch of catnip in there. And a lot of times I'll be over there at the sink. Next thing you know, I hear boom, 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 boom. I hear ruckus in the carrier over there. And this cat that was scared to come out of its shell is now hyped on this catnip and is rolling around and is eating it, and you see the kitten side of it coming out. It may not be willing to give you that side yet, but it helps to let the guard down a little bit. Even if it's for another reason or for another avenue, it still allows them to open up just a little bit in your presence, and that's another step forward. So it can be very valuable in helping in shelter work as well. One thing you do want to keep in mind when it comes to catnip is with your dominant cats, a lot of times it can be somewhat of an igniter. So you don't, if you have multiple cats, you don't want to have them too close to each other while they're, playing with the catnip and eating the catnip, because they tend to fight a little bit more. And you may notice that your cat's just too dominant to handle that well. Some cats just don't know how to act when it comes to catnip, so you just can't do it with that. But trial and error. And again, if you have the type of cat that has a very dominant personality and you have aggression issues with this cat, I would recommend staying away from catnip. So although it does have many benefits when it comes to those dominant cats and aggression issues, and this can escalate those issues. So you want to keep a good handle on that. But it's very rare that a cat has that reaction to it, to the point of aggression, or especially towards people or anything like that. So, but just something to keep in mind. But it is a very good enrichment tool and appetite stimulant, and it helps quite a bit in a lot of avenues. And you'll see most cats, the toys that they're most attracted to have catnip in it. So there's a reason for, all of those things. So enjoy a little bit of my guys, enjoying a little bit of that. Ernie. Callie girl. Some like to eat it, some like to roll in it. All of these things are fine. Like I said, it is very ingestible. You don't want to overdo it, but in the same token, it's perfectly fine. You see Ernie enjoying his, as well as Callie enjoying hers. Good stuff, right, girl? Oh, yeah. Herbie wants in on the action. Go ahead, Herb. He smells it. Go ahead, bud. Felix. Loves his catnip. Such a good boy, Felix. Big mush. Herbie loving his catnip. Butterfinger thinking about going and joining him right around the corner. He's watching me though. Butterfinger still acts very shy out in the open. But he's very close wrestling buddies with Herbie over there. It's one of his favorite partners to run around and play and wrestle with, so I'll definitely click up with him momentarily, I'm sure. I'm gonna go give Leo some catnip and come back to Herbie and see what he's up to. Leo first had to try to understand the ring light. That's one of the most difficult things about all of this filming stuff, is these guys aren't used to me talking during nail trimming and presenting everything that we're doing, so they immediately stop and pause. How's it going, Callie? Come down to take that other spot? Oh yeah. All for Callie. This is Leo opting out of his Catnip video shoot. Leo plays on Leo's terms. He is one of the most riled up guys in the house, but yeah, doing things on command is surely not in Leo's playbook. Leo does things when Leo wants to do things. He's the king. So all of what I said about Catnip rings true. You will not get to see Leo enjoying said catnip today because he's decided it's beneath him. Hope you enjoyed as he cleans his power paw. Right, Leo? All right. Say goodbye, Leo. We out.